So they'll send you like cock rings and things like that.
I don't even know what that. What's that? Cock ring?
You've never used a cock ring?
I don't even know what that is.
That's interesting. So it's like a little gel thing you put around your dick, and at the base of it's got a little vibrator, and it'll fucking vibrate. And
It's too much for me. I'd psych myself out.
What's that?
I'd psych myself out.
Psych yourself
out. I can't do it. I can't use anything. I don't even use lotion. I'm dry guy.
Well, this like she puts it on you and then gives you a Hummer, or fucking, you know.
Hummer's a great term. I've loved that. It's underrated. People don't say it enough.
I agree.
I never wanna have to count on you. Worst friend, I never wanna have to count on you. Worst friend that I ever had.
Start.
And we're live.
All right, everybody, here we go. It is episode 2 of Your Worst Friends. We are back at Sleep Junkies Studio. Is that what we can call us?
Sure, yeah.
Studio Sleep Junkies.
Yeah.
And
SleepJunkies.com.
hope you liked the first episode. I think it went really well. It started a little slow for maybe 2 minutes.
I just like to party, man.
Like to party, dude.
I'm just here to have a good time, have some fun, have some laughs with my terrible friend.
You know? So, speaking of terrible, I want to talk to you about what's going on inside of my head right now.
Tell me about what is going on inside of your head.
All right. So, the other night, I was at my friend's and I was doing some dabs, you know?
Okay.
And
Party on.
Partying, dabbing, dude. So I'm dabbing, and it just, sometimes you got to sit down in an uncomfortable position because that's just what the couch calls for, you know?
Of course.
It's one of those 2 people couches. It's very uncomfortable. So I'm fucking...
Like a love seat?
Like a love seat, which is a nickname I've had before in life. As the last name couch, people be like, love seat.
Oh, that's so clever. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Now, but what kind of material was it?
Cloth?
Like a cloth? So it wasn't like a leather love seat?
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay.
It was cloth, but it was one of those where like the fucking armrest was very hard.
Okay.
Like fucking, it was almost wood.
How previously enjoyed do you think this love seat might have been?
Not very. It's new. I know the owners very well. They actually did just get it. So,
Okay.
yeah. They even rearranged their living room because it was a new piece.
Okay.
And I think what they did looks great. So,
Fantastic.
So
shout out to y'all. Enjoy.
Right. So they have their couch. It's 2 people. So they're on the 2 couches. I'm on the 3rd. I get it. I get the worst one. I'm sitting there and my neck, like I'm laying on my side and my neck is completely like this. And right here is where the pressure point is from the sharp edge, if you will, you know? Mm-hmm. I can tell it hurts, but I'm so fucked up and just stoned. I don't want to move, you know?
Sure.
I honestly, maybe only for 6 minutes do I stay like that at most.
Okay.
I guess in that time, I pinched something. So there's 2 possibilities. Based off of the symptom of my head feeling like I'm about to have a brain aneurysm at all times. I honestly right now feel like I could have a brain aneurysm.
Okay.
I don't know what that feels like, but what I'm feeling, I imagine that's what it feels like. It's very weird. Like it hurts really bad, dude.
Okay.
And my brain feels swollen. So I could have either, there's like some artery right here, and apparently this is like common. People have died doing this, according to my dad. So I don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah, I was just saying, this sounds like some bro science.
But people lay and they cut off the blood from going, and then they have like a heart attack, I guess. Nah, man. Hey, that's just there's that, or
I mean, I'm
it's
not
a nerve.
fucking doctor, but
I don't know. I'm not claiming this to be true. I'm just telling my story. And the other one, option B, which I believe is there's some nerve there, and I pinched it, and it just hurts, and it hurts my brain somehow.
Sure.
There's some, my neurons aren't firing right. Maybe now. Maybe
the neck bone's connected to the brain bone.
Right. And what if I'm like this for the rest of my life?
You probably will be. That's called karma.
I could not live my life like this. I'm dead serious.
I bet. What's the worst pain you've ever felt?
Broken heart, man. No, I don't know.
Faggot.
Hey, you said it. Worst pain I've ever felt. Fuck, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
Have you ever had like
get my braces tightened.
have you ever had like an extreme tooth pain?
Oh, dude, I pulled out a tooth. I want to talk about drug moves. I have my wisdom teeth came in under my molars, I guess. That's a back tooth.
Sure. Yeah.
Cracked it.
Uh-huh.
I just didn't have money, didn't do anything about it. Eventually gets to the point where I end up pulling it out.
Yeah.
Hurts real bad.
Yeah.
Now there's no pain. Just a hole in my mouth. Jesus.
I had like an exposed nerve that got infected. And
It's basically exactly what happened. I just peroxided for forever.
it got so bad. I remember I was like drinking cold water and like just holding it in my mouth because it would like give me like a half a second of numbness. And I just kept doing that over and over again. So I was drinking like, I don't know, like 10 liters of water. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit,
like,
that's healthy.
Kind of like, but it was funny. I remember I was at work and I'd been doing this all day, and like finally I just couldn't take it anymore. And I called my boss and I was like, dude, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And I start driving home and I'm getting onto Roosevelt, or I'm on Roosevelt getting onto the Buckman to go home. And it's pretty close to the time that the base lets out. Traffic like a motherfucker. And I drank like probably like 6 liters of water in the last like 3 hours.
Did you just go pee, dude? Pee in a Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, 100%. I had to do it like 6-7 times in the drive home.
Jesus.
Like, so bad.
Have you ever shit your pants in a car?
Yes.
Really? Am I just not old enough yet? Like my sphincter control is truly amazing.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Thanks, dude.
I've gotten to a point in my life where there's some things that I don't trust anymore. I don't.
What does that mean?
Well, like I don't.
Like inanimate objects you do not trust.
So like I don't trust, you know, my government. I don't trust my job. I don't trust people who smile a lot, you know.
But like shitting your pants though.
You know,
How does that play in?
I don't trust my farts.
Okay. You don't trust yourself is where this really boils down
Well,
to.
here's the thing. Like, I feel like that's where like all of my trust issues actually stem from. Because when you can't trust your own guts, who can you trust?
Dude, see, I feel like I'm pretty good at trusting people because I mastered how to silent fart.
Mastered it, huh?
Mastered it.
Like you never let a loud one out.
If you hear it, I wanted you to.
Okay.
1,000%.
Like you've got that kind of sphincter control.
Here's what I think. I spent a lot of times in situations where, as a kid in like high school, I had girlfriends. They'd come over all the time, and I'm laying with them. I don't want to be the fart guy,
Sure.
so I just figured it out. It's evolution.
I mean, yeah, I definitely
You figure it out.
You know.
But like I really did that. Like I put my heart and soul into not farting.
Really?
Yeah. I don't care about it. Like
Well, I mean, what's your success rate? Have you never farted in front of a woman?
it depends. Like if we're dating and shit, then I'm gonna fart in front of you just off principle.
Really?
Yeah. Like, oh, we're together now?
Yeah.
And it's real, I'm gonna fart in front of you.
Like, do you still attempt? Is there a point where you just don't even attempt to mask it at all?
It's a moment thing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes if I've recently farted, then I'll wait, you know. But like if there's like a drought going where I've been holding them in, I'll let them go. It's all moment based.
I mean, how far do you take the fart game? You ever hit them with like a Dutch oven?
I don't do stuff like that, but I do fart under the covers always. And if they,
sure.
I don't purposely, you know, trap them and pull the covers up. But if they do, if they decide to get out of bed, that's, you know, their risk.
You ever fart on somebody's pillow to give them pink eye?
I've never even thought about doing that. I've never even like. I guess I'm not too nuanced with farts. You've done that.
It's a Duval thing.
I'm pretty Duval. You've done that.
What's that?
You've done that.
No, things have happened.
That's the weirdest thing I think. What's the weirdest thing you've done?
The weirdest what?
Weirdest thing. That's pretty weird along those lines.
Oh man, the weirdest thing I've done? I don't know what I'm willing to say on the air. Like
Let's go with hijinks. I feel like farting on someone's pillow to give them pink eye is not really hijinks as much as it is like a low level assault or battery or something.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is. It's in between like truly hating somebody and wanting to make yourself laugh at someone else's expense.
I mean, isn't that what comedy is? Like at the root of it all, like comedy is just man's inhumanity to man. You know what I mean?
It depends, man. You don't have to be so negative. You know?
But then it's just a fucking dad joke.
I mean, dude, there's people, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Since I got into comedy, I've really stopped listening to comedy.
Sure.
So I don't know who's doing what now, but there's definitely comics who are not like so negative at all. Like I know there's definitely comics who don't, like Ron Funches, Tom Papa, like those two dudes definitely do not get super negative. Maybe ever in your hour and 10 minutes of seeing them.
Sure.
Every 2 years.
What are you trying to say?
I'm probably more negative than you are. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying you don't have to be negative to be funny.
Fair.
I think that people think that. Now, if you're funny when you're negative, then you should go for that. But you don't have to be negative to be funny.
That's fair.
Because somebody who's not funny when they're negative, it hurts.
A lot of the times when it's not dark, it feels campy.
That's because you're into it.
I really enjoy dark humor. I don't know
with
why.
you. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think we're such disgusting people?
I mean, one, it's so easy to write those jokes that we're not talking about right now. And when you're writing jokes and somebody comes up with some brilliant dark thing, it's basically impressed that they're thinking of something that we didn't think of. I feel like that's what makes me laugh now. Hard. And I'm not some like writer. Like I can't imagine getting to a level where you're actually writing for a living. You're writing comedy for yourself. Maybe you're writing scripts for shows, whatever. But like, it'd be so hard to take in anything once you're doing it that much. Like everything would seem so fake.
Sure.
Like you could see right through everyone's act.
That makes sense. I guess too, like, so I grew up in the 80s, 90s, you know what I mean?
Nirvana.
And during that time, television was very fake, upbeat comedy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, very, like, dark humor. Like, the darkest thing we had was Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Sluthead. Good show.
That in retrospect, that's nothing compared to, like, fucking South Park and Family Guy and the shit that those guys say. You know what I'm saying? Like, South Park is goddamn geniuses.
Yes.
But it's super dark. You know?
I don't watch it.
Have you ever?
Yeah. It's great. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this is awesome. I never got into it for some reason.
Oh, I dove in deep.
But one of the funniest things I've ever seen is when that kid who's a little pussy goes to gay conversion school, and the way they portrayed it was perfect.
They're geniuses.
They're so funny, dude.
They're the best.
And they can do whatever they want. That's the beauty.
I'm jealous.
There's still things like, before I came here, I was watching Jojo Rabbit. Have you seen that movie?
I have no idea what that is. Watch
that shit. It's about a 10-year-old who's a Nazi growing up in like Hitler Youth. It's very funny. It came out like 2 years ago.
Wait. A 10-year-old.
His imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler. And Hitler plays this like, dude, it is Hitler plays. The guy who plays Hitler plays this like goofy, hilarious fucking dude. I haven't laughed out loud at a movie. I've only watched the first 55 minutes. I was laughing out loud a lot.
And what movie was this?
Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit. Where can I see this?
It's on HBO.
I have HBO.
Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit.
Go Gadget. Jojo Rabbit is really good, though, for real.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to finish watching it after this.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about, last time we talked was Saturday. It's Wednesday now. Do you have any highlights about anything that's happened in your life?
Well, I mean, the fights happened since then.
Yeah, they did.
So, Stipe got the W.
You called it.
I did call it.
Mm-hmm.
The eye poke was unfortunate.
I don't even remember. I watched the whole thing.
So apparently DC suffered a torn cornea
Oh,
due to an
no.
eye poke. So that's
Now they got to fight
unfortunate.
again. They're going to have to fight again.
Nah. Well, here's the thing. He poked Stipe earlier in the fight. So, I mean, shit just fucking happens.
An eye for an eye.
But Stipe was on point. He was doing all the right things. It wasn't the most exciting fight in the world, but it was a good time. It was good. It was a great night.
I had a bunch of fun. I watched it with, if there was 20, 25 people there, 3 or 4 of us were white. I love that.
That's awesome.
It's the best. The energy in the room.
Absolutely.
Black people are so much more fun to hang out with in groups.
They're so hype. I enjoy it.
The fights, like, I might just every Saturday start doing that.
Bust him in his shit. Bust him in his shit. Like, I fucking love it. Like,
It's
they
so
get so
fun.
wild.
It is so fun, dude. And
There's a show on ESPN Plus called Dana White's Contender Series.
I've seen it advertised, never watched it.
Yeah, so basically, it's pretty fucking intense, right? So, like, basically, these two guys fight in front of Dana White for a chance to get in the UFC. Like, this is your opportunity to impress Dana White.
This is like the show The Contender, right?
I'm not familiar with that.
What? So I know UFC better than you. That show, Dana White, where it was like a reality show.
You're talking about The Ultimate Fighter?
Ultimate Fighter, baby.
Okay.
The Contender was that shitty boxing one.
Yeah, that was a movie.
Nah. Southpaw?
Anyhow.
I'm sorry. So you watched the fights by yourself. Who do you think had more fun, me or you?
Probably you.
Why don't you want to have more fun?
I enjoy the fights in a different way.
You don't know how I enjoy them. I'm just kidding. I love watching, but I don't care at all.
I care.
Right.
Like, I don't know why I'm like so emotionally invested in fights, but like, I just really enjoy it. I've been following the sport ever since the beginning of it. And, I've watched every UFC since the beginning.
Is that crazy to say? Like, there's people who are like that with football. They're probably dead now. But there was a
Right.
time when they're like, I've seen every fucking
Right.
Jets game since whenever the Jets came out.
Right.
Pretty cool.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Dude, so I went golfing yesterday.
Jealous.
Back-to-back days, I've had clients cancel. Like, their contractors weren't ready, so we couldn't go there. Pretty lucky, I guess. Today was one of those days. But yesterday I went golfing. And golf is so weird, dude. Like, granted, I didn't warm up, but like on the first hole, I felt like I had never played golf before.
Really?
Yes. I was standing over the ball. I was like, I can't believe, because I paid for me and my dad. I was like, I cannot believe I just did this. Like, I'm gonna have the worst day ever. And I hit the ball off the tee. Like, I'm supposed to hit it maybe 240, 250, trying to hit it to the 150 marker. So it's like this hole pinches in, and fucking hit it 120 yards. Chunk
Wow.
it. End up making bogey.
Okay.
And then something clicked, and we got rained on and shit. But it's so weird, golf with life. Like, it just turns around. Like, your
Sure.
life just turns around suddenly. You don't know.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened out there. Like, I don't understand how this is possible, but this is how windy it was. I do not hit my 3-wood 307 yards.
Sure.
At most, I'm being told at like 260 at most.
That's impressive.
Like, off of a tee, 260.
That's impressive.
Maybe 265. It has nothing to do with it. The wind, though, dude, was so windy that it hit it to the back of the green, and it was from 307.
That's nuts.
That's how gnarly the storms come through, dude. And then we just got shit on with water, like, so hard. It was raining so hard.
Did you get to play the whole 18?
We did.
What'd you finish with?
Passed through. I shot even.
Even.
Yeah, I made a bunch of birdies to come back. So, like, on the front 9, I shot 3 over. But then on the back 9, stops raining. Everything's perfect. Like, I love when the calm after the storm. There's the calm before the storm. The calm after the storm is my personal favorite.
I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so humid.
I live for it. We were talking about this before we started. I live for the heat.
Hate it.
Love it.
Hate it.
So you would truly rather be cold.
100%.
What are we talking? 0 degrees versus 110. What do you want?
0.
Jesus.
I can always put more clothes on. I can only get so naked legally.
Fucking AC, dude. And the thing about, I get this with the heat. Like, you're not going to shed your clothes and feel that much better. It's not like you're going to take your shirt off and be naked and actually be like, oh, it feels way better out here.
Right.
You're still going to be hot as fuck.
Right.
It's not really worth it. But like I was saying with the cold, it's all wind based.
Sure. Now, fuck the windy cold. I agree.
don't like that.
Fuck the windy cold.
But
still
cold?
like cold temperature.
Love
like
it. I'm down for that.
Yeah,
Love that.
Don't mind it. Fuck snow.
So
Fuck ice.
So you're moving to Denver.
That's happening.
Like solidified.
Yeah, next year.
Next year.
Next summer.
What's prompting this?
Because
we haven't talked about this on here.
it's a Sleep Junkies move.
Whole crew going out.
Yeah. One
Whoa.
member's already there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man, you have friends. It's so cool.
It's
Moves.
nice.
Fucking.
I'm the worst
Denver.
friend.
Yeah, we both are. I don't know. You know what blows my mind? Like, could you have a Friendsgiving?
A Friendsgiving?
A true Friendsgiving. Like, you know, people do Thanksgiving with their friends. They have like fucking 20 people over.
Oh, sure.
I could not do that, dude.
Why not?
What? I do not have enough friends. I barely know enough people to have a fucking Friendsgiving.
Oh, we do it like every Friday.
I'm talking true friends, and I know you have that. I'm saying I don't. I could obviously have 20 people come over if I really had to try, but I would have to try really hard.
Sure,
I do not have 20 contacts in my phone.
I don't have 20 close friends. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck no.
I have like 4 close friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 4? I don't have anyone who isn't, I would consider a close friend because I don't have any friends. It's
Sure.
all that, like, I don't spend that much time with that many people.
That doesn't surprise me.
You know, I used to a lot. And then I just sheltered myself.
Sure.
And now I don't care about any of that. I just want to do comedy. I want to go out every night.
Nice.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thursday. What about tomorrow?
Creative Veins.
Is that a thing?
I believe so.
Is it like an open mic?
Sign up online. You don't need anything. They'll do it, yeah.
Interesting.
I did it before. I'm going to have to do it again because I'm going out of town.
Are they doing it right now in the Corona times?
I'm pretty sure that's what Morgan said. I don't remember exactly, and I can't check my phone, but pretty sure.
Oh, I got things going on.
You don't have to go. You don't care. You have a life outside of it.
Well, it's I got band practice, and then it's I guess I could say it because this won't air until after then, but it's a friend's surprise birthday party.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What are y'all surprising for? What's happening? Where? Like at their house?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So like yeah, Rob from Sleep Junkies.
Love him.
Bobby Two-Tone, shout out.
Robert.
Yeah. It's his girl, Colette, shout out.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, it's her birthday on Thursday. And
Very cool.
so we've got a little thing planned out.
Okay. I'm trying to think. She's the one who just got a new job. Or the other one. That's the other one.
That's Caitlin.
Yeah, that's Caitlin. Yeah,
That's Justin's girl.
Yeah. I gotta get better with names.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when I see both of them, they're two of my favorite people to see in the world. When I'm out and about, like most people. So the other day, I'm walking through Publix. I go to Hannah Moon, and I got shrimp sauce, but I forgot to ask for extra. And I got steak fried rice and shit. I need the shrimp sauce.
That shrimp sauce.
Right.
That shrimp sauce.
I go to Publix to buy it. The yum yum sauce.
Oh, it's so good.
Buy it. You know how the aisles are like organized? You gotta walk down this side. You got someone. Uh-oh. It's a cop. Oh, spam too. Dude.
Spam call.
Spam
This
call.
is why you fucking mute your phones.
Spam
But,
call.
I would mute my phone, except I'm a terrible person.
You're
I'm like the worst friend ever.
Yeah. So anyways, you're like Giovanni with the blender right now. Straight up, dude.
Shout out.
That is an inside joke for CBD Cafe Comics. All
Yep.
fucking 3 of us, 4 of us. So anyways, I'm at Publix, walking down the aisle, and my ex-girlfriend from when I was like 14, who we ended up hooking up for the rest of, teenage years, but I still haven't seen her in forever. I don't want anything to do with her. You know what I mean?
Right.
She probably doesn't want anything to do with me even more. And we're walking towards each other. Thank God we had the mask. I'm talking, I grab it, turn, take 2 steps, and there she is. And the James Brown pivot where you fucking just turn right around?
Oh,
I
nice.
did it. And then she was like, I think she was fucking with me,
Okay.
because she hovered near the front. And then once I came around, she got in line instead of just getting in line. So I went to customer service and acted like I still didn't see her. Does that make
Savage.
me shitty?
That's fucking great.
There's no ill will between us. We've never really argued.
You just don't want to.
We dated when I believe I was 14.
Oh.
And she was 13, maybe 14 as well.
So this was like a year ago.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm a sophomore. I dated her, I think, going into freshman year or something. It doesn't even matter. Since we're just talking later in life. So 2 years later it was my 17th birthday. So her and this other girl, I was always very good friends with them. Even before I dated her, we didn't grow up together, but I grew up with this kid who went to school with them, so I hung out with them.
Sure.
And
roll with the same peeps.
Right. So we'd all, after I hooked up with Sam, whatever. They're all best friends. No one knows who this girl is. They're all best friends. These 2 girls and me and my friends. We would hang out all the time. But there was this weird sexual energy between me and the other girl because that was probably there to begin with. And then I date her friend and now we're broken up and she feels weird. And, so somehow she talks her into, for your birthday, for me, they're going to both give me head, which is a crazy thing for 2 16-year-old girls from Bartram, of course, to say.
It's not that crazy.
16?
It's not that crazy.
Dude. Okay. Sam was about to turn 17. I don't know why I'm saying the name, but I don't care.
Just beep it out later.
No, fuck that. There's no last name.
Sure.
I'm making this name up.
Sure.
Right? Sam I am.
Same I am.
So she's a month younger than me. Maybe it kind of makes sense, but 16 is young for you and your best friend to be like, let's suck our other guy best friend's dick. So I'm obviously okay.
Cool. Naturally.
Right. But Sam had a boyfriend.
Oh, she's a little whore.
So
Sam,
no,
if you're watching,
she
I want you to
unwhores.
know you're a whore.
She's a whore, surface level whore, not whore at heart, because it starts happening. Now we're hanging out. We go to the back of my car because we're children. So
Sure.
we go to the car and fucking start making out with him, and then paid. Damn, dude. I have to bleep that one. I can't say both their names.
Okay.
Okay. Did I even say it?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. I had stopped myself. Anyways. So now
Girl B.
So girl A, my ex, is like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm dating blah, 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 And the other girl just starts giving me head. So I'm getting head while this girl is telling me, I don't know if I want to do this. And I just start making out with her, trying to, make this happen. She says
trying to force the situation.
She says it again, and the girl stops giving me head, and she's like, if you're not going to do it, just get the fuck out of the car. And kicks her best friend out.
Savage.
You know the Sonic on Racetrack?
Of course.
We were there.
That's awesome. That's a hot spot too, man. Were you there on a Friday night?
Oh, no, dude. I don't remember when my birthday was, but
to this day, on a Friday night, bro, that place is bumping.
1,000%, dude.
We used to go
Sonic. We used to go to the pool hall down the street. You know what I'm talking about? It's not there anymore. But where that thrift store is.
Well, I didn't know there was ever a pool hall there.
It was awesome, dude. This is high school shit. We would all smoke down Mandarin Road on our way to go to that place. And we'd get there and have so much fun, dude. And then we'd go to Sonic after. And you could meet people. I'm sure you still can.
Sure.
But I met a lot of Bartram girls just going to Sonic.
I bet.
They're
all whores.
Dude, what is that?
So.
Sorry, whores.
It's like this, man. A lot of girls that come from privileged families. Daddy works a lot and also treats mommy like shit.
And mommy's sleeping with her uncle.
Exactly. Like, it's like they're all whores. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Like,
So I get that.
like
Now, I've definitely met some wholesomes.
100%. Don't get me wrong. There's exceptions
It's
to
just
every rule,
it's
but
one or the other.
right,
That's going to come out of that. Either the mom holds it down
right.
or she doesn't. Or maybe the dad isn't a piece of shit. You know, not all rich dads are pieces of shit.
Absolutely. You're
But
100% correct.
It is weird how now I went to Mandarin. There was hot girls, but per capita, higher socioeconomic status breeds better looking people. I do not fucking understand how that's possible.
Oh, because rich men marry hot chicks.
But rich men can be ugly as fuck.
It doesn't matter. They marry hot chicks.
But like, I feel like if you're gonna be attractive or not is just hit or miss.
Sure. The way people present themselves has a lot to do with it too. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look at somebody and think, yeah, whatever, but then see them all dolled up and be like, wow. You know what I mean?
And the
Like,
exact opposite.
100%.
You can see someone all dolled up and then see them in real life and be like,
Whoa.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the no makeup thing's a big deal for me. I want that.
You want a girl that doesn't wear makeup?
Yeah, like my ex, I think only wore eyeliner.
Really?
I prefer that.
Yeah. Yeah, my girl doesn't wear a lot of makeup.
I don't care if she wears makeup.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, what the fuck?
I like it when they get a little dolled up, but I don't want that to be the
My
the
goal in
only
life
way
is-
they look good. No.
We're going to be chilling mostly. It's
Yeah,
not, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's like, what are you wearing? Not what are you wearing makeup for? Do it if you want. But it's like, if I'm going to be chilling with you all the time, you're obviously not going to be wearing makeup all the time.
Right, exactly.
So I feel like looking good without makeup is way more important than looking good with makeup. I know that's obvious.
Absolutely.
It is.
But it's also like the way they dress and things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a chick's wearing fucking, I don't know, Crocs.
Anyone is. Dude, it's crazy how you can just spot a cool bitch. Cool
Whoa.
ass hoe.
Whoa.
Cool ass hoe.
Whoa.
You find you a cool ass hoe.
Okay.
But for real, like you can see some girl and be like, wow, this girl's gonna be cool as shit.
True.
And I've never seen a girl and been like, she's gonna be really cool. And she ended up not cool without me being not cool first.
If a girl laughs at my jokes, I immediately think she's cool.
It's
Here's
not
the
about
th-
she
here's-
is cool. It's not
Here's
you
the
think
thing.
she's cool. She
Girls
is cool.
rarely laugh at my jokes because I'm usually making fun of them. And like, if they could laugh at it and throw it back, respect.
I make fun of everything else to see how they handle it.
There you go.
And then once I see that things are going well, chop into her. See how she takes that. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a plan for any of that shit. I love, you know what's funny is when most of the time we never have a plan for anything.
Never.
But if you talk about it, you're like, oh yeah, I do this and this.
Yeah, like I totally do.
And you do kind of do the same shit all the time, but you don't.
Instinctually.
Right, but you don't,
It's not premeditated.
Ooh, nice. Give me that.
Yeah.
Premeditation. So let's talk about something that has to do with premeditated murder. So
Okay.
murder one, right? That's premeditated.
Yes.
Thank you. That's a part of it. So any murder that isn't premeditated is going to be murder two.
Right.
Thank you. So I know this woman who,
Depending on the prosecuting people, though.
if you're just a good lawyer, it doesn't matter. You should be able to fight this, what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Now, I don't think everyone knows this, but if you get fentanyl, if you sell fentanyl and someone dies, you get a murder charge,
Okay.
right? So this girl middlemanned it for her friend. Like she was going to hang out with him and he was like, hey, on your way, can you just pick me up a 40 or whatever the fuck? So she gets it for him, goes to the house. She's with one of my friends at the time and kid dies, overdoses and dies. They stay there, which is dumb, but she goes to jail, she's like, I just got it for him, like admits all this, being an idiot, all fucked up. And now she is getting a murder one charge.
No, shut
Yes.
off on that.
No, she won't. This has been happening. She's getting murder one.
Really?
And props to her for not snitching. Because, I mean, the easy way out of this is, well, who'd you get it from?
Sure.
And what a true street-ass motherfucker, dude.
Right.
She's taking a M1 for this motherfucker.
That's an L and a half.
Whoever that dude is either a brilliant manipulator and has people thinking he is very scary,
Or he's
or
legitimately
he is
very scary.
legitimately very fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And there are those
Oh
people.
yeah, because they're not going to attack you. Oh yeah, for sure we're going to kill you, but we're also going to kill your mother, your son. You know what I mean? Like we're going to kill your family. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
It's so crazy to think that world really does exist. And like I've experienced it in doses. Like I lived in a extended stay hotel by myself for fucking months. So like
sure,
my neighbors were prostitutes,
sure,
pimps, all drug dealers.
right.
And like I don't know if I told you about this, but one night, this is when I knew that where I was staying was actually dangerous. And I was already there for like a week. And this is also when that Michael Jordan documentary thing was on, you know? The thing on ESPN, the 10-part series.
I don't know if I ever watched it.
Oh my God, watch that shit, dude.
Okay.
The Last Dance. Unbelievable. You don't know what I'm talking about. So anyways,
follow sports.
I'm watching
Just
that
MMA.
shit and I'm shooting fucking fentanyl. So I'm a piece of shit.
Right.
Fall asleep. Now it's like hours later and I wake up to my dogs barking and this girl screaming for her life, dude. Like I can't even, I could not do it in your house how she was screaming.
I appreciate that.
Bloody murder, dude.
Okay.
It sounds like it is next door.
Okay.
So it's, I'm freaking out. You can hear her, like, then you hear the sound of two male voices being like, get the fuck in here, and like grabbing her. You can hear her hands nailing like around the door to get in,
Jesus.
Like, what the fuck, I'm really scared for what's about to happen. I'm like, am I going to hear a gunshot? And then this all just stops. Go into the room, door slams. You can hear her being like thrown around the room. Now, I'm like, do I need to call the cops? It's like 3 a.m, maybe
Right.
2:30, maybe even later. It doesn't matter. I'm like, do I call the cops right now? And I go, no fucking way. Am I
Right.
calling the cops right now?
Because you're
dude?
all fucked up on fentanyl
I
and
don't give a
shit.
fuck about that, dude. That you can easily get away with that. I'm not dealing with cops come, no one's around, and they're like, "Hey, you called us. What's going on?" And now I'm the kid all by himself living in the hotel who just snitched out
Oh yeah.
these two pimps.
Yeah, that's a terrible call.
So before I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, not gonna happen. Look out! There's still noises going on and shit.
Sure.
Look out the window, and where I lived, you walked up the stairs. It was on the second floor, and I could see the stairway. Right? I could see the stairway, and then you can, with the bubble door thing, you can see. There's someone in the stairway. This like black dude around like my age. He's like looking around the corner, and that's like where the room is. I'm like, Jesus fuck, He fucking sprints to the room, slams into the door. So I guess he was either the second one or there was a third one. You know what I mean? Like the second one might have came outside for something. And then I'm guessing beats the shit out of her.
Jesus.
This is all very noticeable. No one calls the cops. No one did anything, dude. Like, think about how that is control. Like, that's these people controlling through fear.
What side of town was this on?
You'll never believe it. Town Center, the extended stay, right
Oh,
behind
shit.
Bono's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, that's like the best one.
Yeah. But I mean, it's an extended stay, bro. It doesn't matter where you are. There, like, it's fucking weird.
Dude, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really bad.
Oh yeah. My mom and my stepdad lived in a suburban lodge.
Oh, I've stayed at one of those too,
for
dude.
years.
Which one?
The one on Bay Meadows and Phillips.
Fuck. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Now it's a Motel 6.
What? It's
Yeah.
not Suburban Lodge anymore?
I don't think so.
Really?
Bay Meadows and Phillips, like in between Hood and Phillips. I mean, Hood and Bay Meadows on Phillips.
Yeah. It's
If
like
you're going-
right, it's right next to Bay Meadows on Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Motel 6 now, next to ViStar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Motel 6 now.
Wow.
That's like where I first smoked meth.
Nice.
So
that makes sense.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Many years prior, my ex-girlfriend, her dad lived there, and she was 17. I was 18, about to be 19 or something. Her first time doing coke was in that place with her dad and me. He had like an 8-ball. He ends up dying in that room like 2 months later. Yeah, but yeah, dude, I did a lot of shit in there. I've stayed in there.
Yeah.
I fucking got rooms in that place.
They lived there for like, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
When the fuck was this?
Oh shit!
Were you alive?
Oh yeah, this was like.
Where were you, dude?
I was living with my dad.
Oh, I thought you said your mom and your dad. Your mom
No,
and
my mom, my
stepdad.
stepdad.
Okay.
Yeah. I would go stay with him and shit, like on the little pull-out couch and shit.
So
Like,
fun.
yeah, like this was 98 to like
Holy shit.
'02 time frame.
So, I mean, I don't know how much you want to get into it, but obviously, that must have been crazy.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So, wait, how old are you though?
I was like 14 to 18.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
maybe-
you could have gotten in serious fucking trouble there.
Oh yeah. I've done things. You know what I'm saying? I've seen things. I've done things. You know, like
That place is hot as hell.
Yeah. That was like my old stomping grounds. That whole Bay Meadows area and everything. Like,
Yeah. Okay. That's where I
used-
was just stomping.
I used to go between all the different apartment complexes. Like I would have a book bag full of party favors, and I
Okay.
knew where all the parties were, and I would just bounce between them and make money distributing party favors to all the party people.
That's what life's all about.
That's why I
dude.
like to party.
Yeah. I definitely did the worst things in my life on Bay Meadows Road, probably.
For sure.
1000%. I mean,
Like
that-
I'm trying to think. Like yeah.
first
it's
time
gotta be.
smoking, man, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that parking lot is so hot that, like, I refuse to not be there for at least 45 minutes.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm chilling in my car. And I'm gonna get high as fuck because, dude, it's so weird. Like, in this really weird way, for me, and totally honest, it's so glamorous to me looking back at it right away. And then if I think about it for more than a second, it's like, damn, that really sucked. You know, like, you don't, when you look back on doing drugs, it seems like you don't look back on the 2.5 hours that you had to wait that one time to get shit.
Right.
And then you only had 40 when you needed a whole gram or something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like shit like that. Like, you don't think about any of that. You just think of the good times. That's why you gotta, like, people are always like, they put a stigma on it. They're like, I quit drugs. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to be around it. But I don't want to, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, when it does creep into your mind, it's always going to be glamorous to you because you try to shoo it away.
Right.
You got to think into it and be like, that shit is fucked up, dude.
Dude, drugs are terrible.
Right. It's just, I don't know how to explain this, but like, you know, shooting fentanyl sounds crazy, but once you've done it, it's like anything else in life. Like, to me, to talk about it is so like non-fat. It's not a big deal at all.
Right,
But for other
'cause-
people to hear about it is like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, because
You know?
most people don't shoot drugs.
Yeah. What do you think drives people to that?
So,
Because I don't like needles. I'm not like, oh, I love needles.
So in Florida, we have a major opioid problem, and a lot of it stems from misuse of prescriptions from doctors. They prescribe out the Oxycontins for whatever. They give people way more than they need, and then they fucking get hooked on the shit. And then they try to get it from other people, and then they can get it from other people, and then they get mad hooked on the shit. And then one day, that shit ain't available anymore, but heroin is.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened to me.
Really?
Exactly.
That's like true story. I did not know that previously.
I never told you.
No.
So my first time doing it, like, before my mom died, I got into like taking Xanax, and then just as my mom got worse and worse, I got more into it, and I actually knew the dealer at this point. I used to get free Xanax for smoking this like woman out, and she didn't know the street value of her Xanax. She had no idea.
That's hilarious.
I would
used
pull
to
her-
get Xanax the same way.
Dude, I'd
I
pull
called
this.
her the pill queen.
Okay, let's talk about it because I would smoke her out on a blunt and get like 10 free bars, full 2 milligrams.
Oh, she definitely knew the value.
Oh, this bitch did not.
But she was still like she was very generous. Like she would come over and like, well, I mean, I don't know if I want to talk about this or not.
Dude.
It's just because it's a bit that I want to work out.
Just talk about it, dude.
All right, so
This is how you'll work the bit out. Talk about
fair
it.
enough.
But don't try to be funny. Just talk about it.
Well, 9/11's coming up, so this is my 9/11 story.
I love that. 9/11 and Xanax bars. Jesus Christ. I like that.
So I at the time was working at Papa John's, and I was passed out. Like it's like, I don't know, 10 and 11 in the morning, whatever. And she comes knocking on my door. I open up the door looking like ass because I went to sleep at like 6 in the morning or some shit, you know. And she's like, hey, I'll give you these if you give me a joint. And it's just a handful of all kinds of pills. We're talking, but she always had like Xanax and Valium and Klonopin.
The dog had Seroquel in that bitch.
Yeah, she also had like Lortabs and Vicodin and shit.
Yeah, fun.
All kinds of shit.
All at once.
Exactly. So I grab the whole handful and I fucking throw them back. And she's like, I wouldn't eat all those at once. I was like, should I go throw up? She's like, you'll be all right. And I was like, all right. She's like, you see what's going on in the news? I'm like, nah, what's going on the news?
No, turn it on.
Yeah.
And Xanax is like by the time that TV's on, you're feeling bars.
Oh, yeah. So,
That's so fun.
Turn on, see what's going on. Holy shit, this is crazy. About the same time, I get a call from work, and they're like, hey, we're fucking slammed. We need you to come in. I guess everybody's glued to the fucking TV, so nobody's cooking. They're just all ordering pizza. You know what I'm saying? So
It's 9 in the morning. Let's get a pizza.
Right. Well, at this point, it's like,
No, it's probably 11, 12,
yeah. And so I come in a little bit early, but I let them know when I get there. I'm like, dude, I'm fucked up. Like, I shouldn't be here. Like,
I shouldn't even be cashier right now.
Right.
I should be sitting there.
Yeah. And so they're like, well, just go in the dough station, just slap dough until the rush is over. And as soon as it's over, you can bounce. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like so fucked up. I'm like slapping out pizzas and like throwing them up in the air and then just reach over and grab another one, like not catching it and putting it on the screen.
Just throw the bitch and start
Just
again.
throw it in the air and just next.
You got dough laying on top of your next dough. Dude.
Like normally you like slap out a pizza, then you like lay the dough on a pizza screen, and then you sauce the pizza.
Sauce.
I just sauced the pizza screen and forgot to put the dough on there and like smeared it in and everything.
Dude. So did you get really hungry? Because like when I used to take Xanax, I have no interest in it anymore because like I just don't want to. I don't want to take anything that I used to love.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I never had anxiety until I took Xanax. Like
I'm sure. Yeah.
I started doing Xanax a lot. Then as soon as I stopped doing Xanax, now I have anxiety attacks all the time. But I quit doing that shit like 20 years, like 18 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, in the midst of doing drugs, if they had Xanax and it was, I'd do it, whatever. But it wasn't something I sought out.
Sure.
But this lady would give me so many, dude. And I ended up with a lot because I didn't know what they were at first.
Right.
Truly did not know it. I was like 18.
What were you getting? Were you getting bars?
Full bar school buses.
Whoa.
Dude, I swear I had at least 70.
Jesus.
At least. Over like a month's time. Just in this pill bottle. Saved them all up. In an Advil little thing,
Jesus.
Dude. So I go to my friend's house. And these kids were into pills. And they were talking about pills. And this kid was always like my older brother. He's passed away now. But me and him were always pretty close. So I trusted him. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And he was like, I'm just trying to find bars. And I remember she called them bars. Or he said Xanax. And I was like, oh, I have a bunch of Xanax. And they bought all of them.
For how much?
$5 a pill. They told me to never sell it for less than that.
My dog.
I got off. And I also took like I think I kept 1 or 2 for myself.
Sure.
And don't really remember. It was fine. But I started hanging out with them more. And then it was just like, we're taking bars. And from there, I meet the drug dealer dude instead of just giving them money.
Right.
He sells pain pills, offers me some, gives me 2 for free. I take them with the bars. So I felt great, obviously.
Sure.
So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to be getting pain pills with my bars every time. And then it turns into I'm a pill addict like for 2 years.
Right.
So I'm like 19, start doing those. And we can't get them one night. Now I have a girlfriend and shit. And like Daisy's a puppy. So like literally like 3 months old. You don't even know my dog. Never mind. I forgot. You've never met my dog.
I have not met your dog.
But like, we can't get pills. We're starting to get sick. It's like 3 a.m. This kid says he can get them. I go with him to the Days Inn on Bay Meadows. Super late.
Definitely throwing some hotel parties there.
It's a classic spot. I give him $30 for a Roxy.
Sure.
Now, in hindsight, he did not give me $40 worth of dope. But he walks back and he's like, dude, I'm so sorry you didn't have any Roxys, but I spotted you 10. Here's $40 worth of heroin.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going to shoot up. Just you take this and just give me my money back. And him and the other kids start laughing. They're like, you don't have to fucking shoot that up. I've never seen heroin. I don't know what the fuck it is. I just opened this little tin foil and it's powder.
Sure.
So I call my ex and I was like, we're supposed to like get super fucked up on this Roxy and like watch Wolf of Wall Street. It had just came out. Right? So call her. She gets pissed. And I just go home and I did it. She locked me out of the room. And me and Daisy, I did it and watched Wolf of Wall Street, and it was obviously inconsequential and totally great.
Sure.
That's the problem.
That's a great movie.
I'm talking about heroin.
Yeah.
Completely inconsequential. And then I did it again the next day and didn't do it for a while.
You did it again the next day.
Next day. Like,
Was it
technically,
because you had leftover heroin?
not even the next day. So, like I said, it's like 3:30 in the morning when I go get it. I'm off the next day from work. So I come home, do the shit. I have another bag left. Split it with my ex. She ends up finally like coming, and now she starts doing heroin. But we do it, and it was like 11 o'clock at this point in the morning. Like, what are we gonna do for the rest of the day? We still are pill addicts. We
Sure.
still can't get pills, so obviously,
More heroin.
right. So we did that, and then I didn't do it for like months.
Really?
And then that same kid with the bars. I move from the woods of Mandarin, Hoods of Mandarin.
Yeah.
Right
absolutely.
behind the Comedy Zone for all you comedians there. And fucking move all the way off at 210.
Okay.
Same time I move, that kid moves off at 210.
Oh, no.
And at that point, he's already only doing heroin. I hit him up for pills. He tells me,
Offline, remind me to ask you something.
ask me right now.
I can't name drop.
Damn it.
I want to know the name of that person because I think I might know them, but I don't want to.
I'll say the first name.
Okay.
Zach. Tattoos.
We'll talk offline. I don't want to, because I don't want to name drop nobody.
He's dead.
Oh, not the same person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was like, it was just one of those things. And I feel like this is with everything in life, that when you make that bad mistake, if you keep doing it, is you make the mistake and nothing fucking happens.
Sure.
Like, I did it and it wasn't this new feeling. You see? Like, when I inevitably 7 years later end up shooting up, that was a different feeling. That's the only game changer I'd felt for years. But you're doing an opiate, you switch to another opiate. It's just stronger.
Right.
It's like I took 100 milligrams of Lortab in a $20 bag instead of spending $50.
I can't handle that shit, man. I used to when I was a kid. I just can't do it.
It's not for everybody.
I had some major dental work done. When I was talking about earlier, when I had that exposed nerve, I had a lot of things done in one sitting because I don't fucks with the dentist. And
I hate the dentist.
I had a lot of. I was in the dental chair for like 7.5 hours.
God.
With my fucking mouth pried open the whole time, having all this work done and shit. And so afterwards, like my mouth was real fucking sore, and they gave me I think it was Lortabs. Either Lortabs or Vicodin.
I was gonna say Vicodin. Usually dentists give Vicodin.
Yeah, it was probably Vicodin. And I remember I took half of one that night, and I went to sleep. I was fine. The next day, it was really sore, really hurting. So I took a whole one. And
I've never taken one
I remember
in my life.
I remember I was standing up and I was looking down, and the ground looked like it was getting a lot closer. And I was like, oh shit. Like, and then all of a sudden I started having like hot flashes and shit. And like, I got real pale. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that feeling at all.
So that feeling definitely comes on, especially when you first start doing it. And I think because when I first started doing pain pills, I was on Xanax, that there was no anxiety from it. It was just this feeling.
I used to take Xanax to take the edge off of trips. So me and my friends, we would do a lot of acid. Like when we would do acid, we would do like 20 plus hits of acid at a shot. Like
Jesus,
we just went hard in the paint every time because you can't OD on acid.
Do as much as you want.
Right, exactly. So, but sometimes when you do a lot of acid, it can be intense. Like
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like it's just an overall like gritty kind of feeling and shit. And like Xanax can really take that edge off, so you can just enjoy the trip and just have a great time.
Yeah, I had that same ex before we lived there. I took shrooms with my friend, and like this girl was supposed to get off work and take shrooms with us, and we were all going to hang out at our place. Well, this kid only had a quarter of shrooms, and we're splitting it, me and my friend. She didn't get off for multiple hours. Naturally, she gets very upset to the point where now I can't even hang out with my friend if I want to have a place to sleep tonight, even though it's our place. You know what I mean? Whatever.
What a cunt.
It's classic. You know, we're fucking literally teenagers. So, like, I can't really expect too much.
And you're junkies.
At this point, we were not.
Oh, okay.
I think we might have been taking Xanax every now and then, but
not like
my mom was still alive. Things were going great in life.
Oh, gotcha.
My mom only had cancer at this point. She wasn't dead. It was great. So,
God damn.
The future was looking so bright. So, like I said, her mom was a total drug addict. So, like, she'd get us drugs and shit, and she had Xanax from her mom because she's like, oh, well, if I can't be tripping with y'all, then I'm gonna get Xanax. So now I'm having a bad trip. We go to Outback for some reason. Me and my friend. She's still working. I'm having a bad trip before she even blows up on me. Go to Outback. I'm talking throwing up in the bathroom. And like, you know, when someone can look through the like door hinge little crack, I just see my friend's eye and he's like, bro, it's Nick. Shouldn't have said that. It doesn't matter. It still no one knows. And he's just like, bro, are you okay? There's all these people in Outback, dude. I'm in the bathroom throwing up, freaking out, being like, dude, I'm tripping too hard, like saying all this dumb shit.
That's fucking great.
She picks me up. And you know when someone, I'm sure, I don't know if this happened, but have you been yelled at while tripping?
I've had some interesting conversations.
Did the lighting change?
Oh, yeah.
It gets so scary. It gets so scary. I was like about to jump out the window for real. She was being such a bitch. And I don't even think we were together. And she was like taking my phone and stuff. I was like, what are you doing? Anyways, she was like not letting me get this Xanax. She had two, one for her, obviously one for me, but I had to suffer long enough to get it. After long suffering, she finally gives it to me. And it was like stepping out of a portal. It was like I was in hell. I took this Xanax, sparked a cigarette, and now I'm back in the real world. Everything's fine.
Put you back together.
Put me back together. It's like
happen.
Coke when you're drunk, dude.
You know, it's funny. Like, so I've tried Coke probably like 19 or 20 times.
Yeah, 20,000.
I gave it an honest effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I tried it like 19 or 20 times or something like that. I didn't enjoy it. But here's how I ended up doing Coke almost every time. The first time I tried it by itself, just wanted to...
Not worth it.
Well, I just wanted to experience what it had to offer. And what I found was when I would get high off marijuana and do something else, like watch a movie or go somewhere or something like that, it would make that experience more enjoyable.
Way better.
When I did Coke, I just wanted to do more Coke.
Exactly.
And that's dangerous.
Dude, the only time I ever want to do Coke is when I'm already doing Coke.
Right.
Like, if you asked me to do Coke right now, I'd be like, no. But if somehow, like, if it just showed up right in your face and it somehow just gets up there, it's like, oh, okay. Like, I never have the urge to do coke. It's weird.
But at the time, my drinking buddy and best friend was the local neighborhood street pharmacist, if you will.
You have to have one of those in your life.
Absolutely.
When you're like a young adult.
Yeah. And we were like inseparable best friends. You know what I'm saying? And
Inseparable. Yep.
And we drank a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd be like an 18 pack in, and I'm faded as fuck. And he's like going to get another 18 pack to keep fucking going. And I'm like, bro, I'm he's like, oh, just do a line of this. You can drink all night. And sure enough, you can. It's like a superpower. Like
any sort of uppers, you can drink like crazy. Like, no bullshit. When I was like doing all that Molly shit, I would drink at least 14 beers in a night.
Yeah.
At the very least, dude.
That's crazy.
And never be drunk. It's like you just hydrate yourself when you're on uppers by dehydrating yourself with alcohol.
Right.
But it's weird. Like, the same thing with Coke. You can just do it forever. Like, you could, I'm talking drinking.
Like
if you have
I'm
Coke,
like, I don't think you can do Coke forever. Like,
No.
pretty sure that's how your heart explodes.
yeah, eventually. It is crazy to think how much the body can take.
It is nuts.
Like, I'm in perfect health.
Here's what's crazy.
That's sad.
Like I haven't done Coke in Jesus, probably 16 plus years.
Jesus.
Yeah,
You haven't done Coke so long, like, that thing could get a license, dude.
Yeah, I don't fuck around with drugs. You know what I'm saying? But like, I definitely did. You know, but it just, I'll be honest with you, I forgot where I was going with that. It totally like brain fell apart there.
I was wondering.
Yeah, it just totally fell
All
apart.
right. Here's the thing about drugs. They're fun if you do them right.
Right.
If you did Coke twice in your life, genius, great experience, have fun.
Sure.
The problem is some shit is truly that good that you shouldn't even do it once.
Sure.
Like
Heroin.
pain pills are not, but heroin is.
Well,
Especially now,
yeah.
because it's dangerous because you're not going to get heroin. I'm telling you right fucking now, you're going to get fentanyl. Like,
Right.
That's a fact. There's no heroin going around. Be careful.
Be careful.
But like, it is so, you're not going to do it once. There's no one out there. I don't give a fuck what you say. If you snort it, maybe. If you smoke it, maybe. But I've never met someone who's only done it once.
Sure.
And I've been with people who are like, oh, I'm only going to do it this one time. And they do it, and then the next day they're hitting me up. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to start making money off you. It's the heroin move.
I could see that. Yeah, 100%. First one's free.
I'll give you a hit. Back in the day, I'd give you a hit for free.
I would do that with acid. So I distributed acid quite regularly. And what I would do is I would talked about those parties in the Bay Meadows area. So I would go to each party and I would dose one or two people up at each party. And then
Tell everybody, watch this.
Yeah. And my pager, tell you how long ago this was.
Yeah.
My fucking pager, I would just set it down and that bitch would just start popping off, everybody wanting to get dosed up. And I would just spend my night walking around dosing people up.
Yes. See, I did the same thing, but with MDMA. And it's very fun in that situation because everyone's trying to help you out.
Everybody's excited to see you too.
So excited. And they're like, hey, somebody says, hey, where do you get that? And then they tell you go to Josh, you know? And it's like, oh, awesome. But when you're out in public and you're at a rave or you're somewhere, dude, my friends almost got me so fucked so many times for telling the wrong person, like telling some cop, undercover cop. Like,
either that or you're going to get robbed. You're going to get robbed or arrested, 100%.
Okay. See, when I was in the rave scene, that did not exist. Now, 1,000%. I'm being dead fucking serious, dude. You could operate. The people you were dealing with when I dealt were such hippies. Like,
but you're also selling
these are kids
MDMA too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad about them telling people for that reason to get the whole danger. It was just like, the road to hell is good intentions.
Right. Road to hell is paved with good
it's
intentions.
like, thank you so much for trying to help me out and send this person. But now, like, I know it's an undercover cop.
Sure.
God, I'm about to sneeze.
Do it. It's hot. Do it right into the microphone.
No, I've gotten so good. So part of quitting opiates is dope sneezes. You sneeze a lot for
Really?
like months and months after. And I've gotten so good at holding it back because I constantly have to sneeze.
Interesting.
Look it up.
Dope sneezes.
Dope sneezes.
Never heard of such a thing. I've also never.
Never done dope.
Not to that extent.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count if it's in a bean or something.
What's that?
If it's in a bean, it does not matter.
Sure. Yeah.
Dude, what was your first time rolling? It's always fun as fuck. It's chemically impossible for it not to be.
I want to say I was 14.
Jesus, dude. What the
I
fuck?
had a really crazy
Were
childhood.
you at the
man.
Suburban Lodge, dude?
No. It used to be called Bay Meadows Apartments. I don't know what they're called now.
Where is it?
You know where the like abandoned golf course is?
I just moved from back in there.
You know where I'm talking about there?
Yes.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
I was in those apartments, and no, we were over off Princeton Square.
Right across the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Directly across the
Yeah,
street.
it's same hood. You know what I mean? Like, Bentley Green Apartments.
Bentley Green. I know that one.
Yep. And it was either that or Green Tree.
It's Bentley Green.
It was one or the other. Because I had friends that lived in both. I can't remember whose house.
Green Tree is the one in the very back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were Statue of Liberties,
Nice.
triple stack.
Triples.
And they had all the yellow spot or all the brown spots on them. So they said they were loaded with the H.
That's what you want.
And it was a great time.
Honestly, I think if you're gonna roll, you do want like meth in there.
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, it was a weird experience, to be honest with you. So again, I'm 14 years old, right? And I'm clearly the youngest person in this party. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm partying with dudes in there anywhere from 18 to 30. And there's some girls there. They're in the same age bracket. You know what I'm saying? But what I noticed is like, real quick, the party became a sausage fest.
Oh, that's the worst, especially on that. Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah, and then I saw a whole bunch of guys get as close to being gay as you'll see guys get without going over the line. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking weird. Like,
Back on the homophobic tip from episode 1.
was that the aired episode 1?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I had friends who would get like that, and it's so weird. Not everyone's like that. Like,
Sure.
I'm sure you weren't. I just don't get like the touchy-feely shit, even on ecstasy.
Here's the thing. Like, you want to give me a back rub? Like, rub my neck or something? I'm cool with that.
Oh, dude.
That's the line.
That's gay as fuck, dude.
Bro, I'll let anybody rub my shoulders. I'll give you a neck rub.
I won't let you, dude.
I bet you I could work out whatever you got going on in your neck right now.
I don't even want to think about it.
I like how in every episode of this show, it's going to get a little awkward between us. Like,
What the fuck was I saying? What were you saying?
I don't know, but I feel like by the end of this podcast, like not this episode, but by the end of the run of this, like I'm be standing with my dick out, just like, come on, bro. Like,
It'll be funny. I'll make it funny. I'll back away or something.
just a peck, bro. Like,
Rolling. That's what it was.
oh yeah, we were talking about rolling.
So my first time was at the flats at UNF, obviously, classic.
Okay.
But this kid sold beans for real, like thousands of them.
Yeah, that's the type of people I was getting it from. I got them like so dirt cheap.
Right, I didn't know this kid. I met him through my friend who was actually my weed dealer in college. He
Nice.
was one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. And he goes, "Oh, go talk to whatever his name is, and tell him you want to get just one bean." You know what I mean? So the guy goes, "It's a double stack. It's a red monkey. It's $20." And I was like, "Okay, I've never done this. That sounds good to me."
Sure.
And he goes, "You've never done this?" He goes, "It's free, dude." He's like, "You're hanging out with me tonight." And I'm like, "Okay, dude, this kid," because he was a kid, had the finest bitches around him. It was insane.
Yeah, the guy with all the beans has all the bitches.
Dude, it's insane. When I sold Molly, but it gets like weird to where you're like, okay, you're obviously using me. It's fun for the first couple weeks, and then you're like, okay, these girls are using me.
Sure,
And
100%.
that's fine. I don't care at all.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the deal, right? Like,
Yeah, it's all part of it.
I keep you coked up. You suck my dick.
Fun time.
Right.
And you're gonna have to do it for a while because I'm coked up. So
This is a real world, just so y'all understand. Some
Dude.
call it human trafficking. It's
human
only
trafficking. There's such a fine line, dude, with human trafficking.
it really is. Like when they're underage, it's trafficking.
Oh, 1,000%, dude.
But once they're overage, you're just a fucking junkie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
So the weirdest thing to me, and this does exist.
Uh-huh.
So like I said, I lived in these hotels. I'm friends with these prostitutes. These girls, they didn't all do drugs. Some of them only smoked weed. And
Sure.
trust me, I would know, like, I'm doing shit in front of them with other people who are. It's like, why the fuck are you doing this? Why are you a prostitute? I never asked.
I mean, I assume the money's good.
No.
If you're good at your job,
It depends on what you. I guess if you're not spending the money on drugs, then it is actually good.
right?
Okay, most girls, even decently fine girls, it's like $80 for like 15 minutes, and then it goes like 120, 150, 160, 170, 180.
What's the average John gonna go for though?
For how long are we
yeah,
talking?
Yeah, are they gonna
Most
go
of them
for the
do quick
15 or are
visits.
they gonna do
Yeah.
the 30?
Most of them do quick visits.
They're just I want
I want to come in you and leave
right.
in a condom.
Sure.
But sometimes, 30 minutes. But think about that, like $80
For 15 minutes.
is not that great if you are. It's not like they want to be doing this. Some girls at first they want to.
Sure. But I mean, how many times are they turning over in a day?
So many.
Right?
So many.
3 an hour?
No, dude, that's a lot. 3 an hour is like fucking 21 dicks in a shift with an hour lunch break, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like how many? Like if you're turning over that much, that's a lot of goddamn money.
I can't say that it's never this consistent to where it is the same every day. Sometimes there won't be but one, and sometimes there'll be 12, 13, 14. Like I would say on average, you're probably averaging $400 to $500 a day. Less. You're gonna make at least $200 a day.
I mean,
You could make 1,000 in a day, but if you made 1,000 in a day, you either found
you
somebody,
earned it.
you earned the fuck out of it to where there's no way $1,000 was worth it, especially the way you're gonna spend it. Like when my girl made $1,000, like that shit was gone in 1-2 days. It's like we'll leave the house we're staying at and go to this hotel for fucking 3 nights. So there's 3 nights at this hotel, and then the rest, straight crack and
of course.
fentanyl, and it's all gone. And she's already making more money when we're at the hotel. It's like a vicious cycle. I don't know anyone that wants to be doing that. At first they do it because it seems easy, but it's so depressing to be around them.
Oh, I would imagine so.
It's insane. I don't see how they do it, dude.
I maybe if you can detach, right, and look at it from a perspective of like, I get fucked metaphorically every day, 8+ hours a day, for money.
I'm talking
Right.
physical pain.
I understand. Some people might rather get fucked literally to earn that same money. It's not necessarily a bad gig if you enjoy it.
Like these sitting around girls and listening to them talk about how sick they are of having to do anal, but it's extra money, so they do it.
Yeah.
Is sad. Also hilarious because they're the funniest people. Like they'll tell you stories of when they shit on a dude's dick. And
Can we just agree that shitting in the middle of sex is the most offensive thing you can do to somebody?
it's never even crossed my mind as a thought to do. Imagine thinking that deep into it. Like I should shit right now. It'd be so hot if I shit on my chest.
Poop.
People are just not in the moment when they're having sex, and that's why there's all this weird shit.
You think so? I wonder where some of these weird fetishes come from. Like I'm don't get me wrong, I got my kinks, but none of them are like, I guess nobody thinks their own kink is fucking extreme. You know what I'm saying?
No, people
Like,
do, and they suppress it and they hide it.
Sure.
But like, I'm a pretty in the moment person, especially when you're hooking up with a girl at first. Like before you get into shit with a girl, it should take a while. Like the sex should be good enough for for months.
Oh, before you need to start like adding toys and things like that.
If you're trying to get weird.
Yeah.
It should take a while. It honestly shouldn't ever happen. Like, I'm not discriminating on it or whatever.
Sure.
I'm saying I've been in long-term relationships, and if you both, it's so hard to do, but if you are in the moment, sex is great. It's just so hard to fucking stay in the moment. It's hard not to masturbate with that person's body and them do the same with you. It's really hard. And that's why people bring shit into it.
Well, it's also like adding some extra elements when maybe something changes. Like, so for instance, we changed beds. We went from a spring mattress to a Tempur-Pedic mattress. And I don't know if you ever fucked on a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Yeah, dude.
But them things got no bounce.
It's
like,
weird.
You're just like driving her further into the fucking mattress.
It's
you know
very
what I'm saying?
weird. There's no throwback.
And it sucks. Like it sucks. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, actions take way more effort in this type of mattress.
Leave a review and be like, I can't fuck on this thing.
Right, straight up. You know what I mean? So like when that happened, we started getting some shit off like Adam and Eve and shit like that.
Very cool.
To like spice up some things, you know what I mean? And also like they had some things that helped our particular situation. Like one's like I forget what it's called, but it's like a ramp. So she can like lay on the ramp or whatever, and like it puts them at a certain angle. Another one's like a sling.
A sling.
So it like wraps around her ankles and then goes behind her head. So when she lays back, she can't put her legs down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it gives it that little extra elevation down there.
Somebody invented that. It's crazy.
Oh
dude.
yeah, dude, it's fucking legit.
Dude, that's so great of an industry.
But here's the thing: when you order
is
things
great,
from
man.
Adam and Eve, they send you a bunch of like free goodies with
Yeah.
it.
The surplus in that market is insane.
So they'll send you like cock rings and things like that.
I don't even know what that. What's that? Cock ring?
You've never used a cock ring?
I don't even know what that is.
That's interesting. So it's like a little gel thing you put around your dick, and at the base of it's got a little vibrator, and it'll fucking vibrate. And
It's too much for me. I'd psych myself out.
What's that?
I'd psych myself out.
Psych yourself
I would.
out.
I can't do it. I can't use anything. I don't even use lotion. I'm dry guy.
Well, this like she puts it on you and then gives you a Hummer or fucking, you know.
Hummer's a great term. I've loved that. It's underrated. People don't say it enough.
I agree.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's added fun.
You've never whacked off with it.
No.
Is it even possible? Probably.
Probably, yeah. I just whacking off, bro. It's like that's one where I'm just like, I'm trying to get this done and over with. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's not like a spiritual experience.
right?
Really.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need toys for that or anything. You know what I mean? Like,
Hopefully not.
Yeah, just get the job done. You know.
So I don't know why I was thinking about this, but I think sex feels better to girls. It's just like okay, let's say this is the worst part of sex and the ceiling is the high part of sex.
Okay.
That's a girl's range.
Okay.
The potential for feeling is higher in girls.
Sure.
But a guy, sex is like people say sex is more enjoyable for guys because our window between good and bad sex is literally this big.
Sure.
Like, I've never had bad pussy, and I've gone into it being like, this is gonna be bad pussy a lot.
My stepdad always said, I've never had a bad blowjob, just some better than others.
I've gotten bad head.
I've definitely gotten bad head.
That's happened. But when it comes to being in puss, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
I've never stuck my dick in one and been like,
That's what I'm
"Ew,
saying.
This feels grody."
I've never had sex and thought it sucked.
Right.
Girls do that. But when a girl has successful sex, she can't shut the fuck up about it.
Truth.
Right? So, like, I think that, like I said, they can feel way more. It's just harder to access that.
I agree.
And I don't think it's necessarily hard. I think truly dudes aren't thinking about how to do it right. Like, I think, like, you're either fucking for yourself or for the other person.
Right.
And hopefully you're doing it for the other person only so they can think about you for the rest of their life. It's way more selfish, actually.
I'm here to ruin you.
Like the only thing, like especially if it's like my first couple times hooking up with a girl, I'm gonna try to do everything that I can to just to make this girl have to masturbate to me for the rest of her life. That's all I care about in life.
Every guy from now on is just gonna have to compare.
That's what life's about, I think. And if you don't fuck like that, I don't know.
Was there one that taught you the way?
Mm-hmm. I dated a girl, and
how much older was she than you?
Not older.
Really?
But she was a lesbian, but she wasn't out yet. And I was the first person to ever tell her. I was like, we're never having sex, and you do give great head, and I obviously make you come, but you're lesbian. Like, you're not saving this, you're not religious. It's okay. But like, I'm just letting you know now. Years later, she was like, you're the first person ever telling me, you didn't make me feel bad about it. Like, thank you so much.
That's crazy.
But so we date when she's 14 and she's 15 and I'm 16. And then again when I'm 17 and 18. 15 and 16, we're just figuring each other out. Like, head, whatever. We both give each other head. But then when we got back together later on in life, she'd experimented with girls. But it was on the hush-hush. So she like helped me. I helped her. And it was just, from that point on, I felt confident in having sex with girls.
Okay.
Because I already knew how to fuck. But I'd always known that eating out pussy was very important.
Sure.
And also something that I truly love.
So I was 19. And you know the Marsh Landing Publix?
1,000%, dude.
Anybody who's from Jacksonville knows that Publix is just
Milfsylvania.
Swimming with MILFs.
Ocean of MILFs.
They're all there.
They
and and
the whole
so
area.
I was up there one day and I had this like weird interaction with this chick. Nothing like crazy, just like we both like went to grab the same thing at the same time. You know, nothing too weird. I may have made a joke or something like that. And then the next day I'm up at Caribbean Connection. I don't know if that's still there.
I have button shoes there. Love it.
Okay. And she was up there as well. And we were looking at glass. And
Glass.
she then like approaches me like very forward. And she's like, look, my husband's away on business a lot.
Oh.
And I'm looking for some entertainment.
Whoa. And you're like, I do music.
And I'm like, what I'm about it, you know? And
now.
yeah, so normally when you sleep with another man's wife, you don't do it at their house, right?
No, you definitely do.
But when their house is like a fucking multi-million-dollar mansion at Marsh Landing, you totally fuck in their house. Mm-hmm. And I did that for a good little while. And she was 32. Mm-hmm. I was 19.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, she definitely showed me the way.
She could have been your babysitter when you're growing up 13 years apart.
100%.
That's pretty hot, whatever.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure every chick I fucked after her would like to send her a thank you card.
There's those people who change you sexually for the good.
Right.
And then there could be some that change for the bad.
Sure.
Taint you.
Yeah.
So in the first episode that got cut out, I want you to tell this story again because it was so funny. But I'm going to tell you a story that I thought of first. When you said you fucked two sisters back to back in like the same house. Okay. So back during the cocaine days, there was this girl. So that bar lady I was telling you about, her friends moved into her house because they had nowhere to go. This lady had a daughter who was like 18, I think, and I was 19. And now she's a part of our crew. Like, this is the house we hang out at. So she's kind of forced to hang out with us. Luckily, she was pretty hot, right? This girl also ends up being a lesbian. But I'm just so feminine. They love it. Like, I crush it in the lesbian demographic.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. So I'm now, like, talking to this girl, sort of. You know, we're, like, hooking up at parties. And we used to have this friend who had a beach house, and we would just go there. And their family was never there.
Sure.
So we would go there and tear this place apart, dude, and do a shitload of coke and get wasted and have fucking 150 people there. It was nuts. So one of those nights, I was kind of getting sick of the whole thing because the girl who owned the house, I used to fuck, and now my friend fucked her, and that's fine. But the girl that I was talking to and her were like not getting along at all. But they were acting like it at the same time because the girl I'm talking to is new, so they're beefing, you know. So I'm like, all right,
Just be so fake like that.
right. So it's a sleepover party, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going back to base, if you will, where her mom is. I'm not thinking about fucking her mom, but I'm like, I'm going back there. I've been up for 4 fucking days in a row. I need to go to sleep. So I drive back. I get back. It's like 5 a.m. I've got probably 2 grams of coke on me still.
Nice.
From the 8 ball before, you know, having fun. I'm like, all right, I'm obviously not going to sleep. So start doing the rest of this coke all by myself. 7 a.m. hits. Out walks this girl's mom. I am skeeted. Woo. On the couch. She goes, what are you doing? And I just start cracking up. I'm like, I'm watching Sports Center. And she's like, oh, well, I'm about to make breakfast. Do you want anything? And I'm like, she knew I did coke. I was like, I can't eat right now. I'm fucking. And she goes, you know, I've never done that, which was a lie. Definitely a lie. This woman has done so much coke in her life.
I've never done that. Just breaks out like a fucking 8-ball rail. And
oh, dude. So I'm like, oh, really? You haven't? And she's like, no. And I was like, all right, well, let's go. Start doing coke with her. End up fucking this girl's mom.
Hell yeah.
Rod her mom. You know what I'm saying? 10 a.m. Now it's like 1 o'clock. Everybody comes back. I haven't showered. I'm skeeted still. I have sex dick in my pants, right?
Nice.
Now, the girl I'm talking to, the daughter comes home and wants to fuck.
And you got mom's vajay on your pee-pee.
And it's so weird how life works out. And I don't know if she would have sucked my dick if she would have known or not. But this girl didn't like sucking dick because she's a lesbian, first of all. Remember that?
Right.
I caught her one time. She'd always go under the covers to give me head. I caught her one time giving me head, and she was like, she put like a bunch of spit in her hand.
She's doing the fake chow?
Basically, yeah. She's doing fake chow, dude.
That's fucking hilarious.
It felt so good, though, I swear.
Really?
I looked because it felt so good. I was like,
damn, what is this bitch doing?
This fucking girl. What the fuck, you know? And I looked, and I was like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah, I don't like sucking dick. So she can't taste her mom's dick. Or her mom's pussy on my dick.
I was about to say, like,
yeah.
Her mom's got a dick. Says a lot about you.
So, because, yeah. You can taste your mom's puss, huh? So, yeah, I ended up fucking her like 2-3 hours later. And the reason I say that isn't to sound like a douchebag. It is because we were talking about that, and I totally forgot. And we've done grimy things.
Yeah.
But once you're in it, you have to do it. Like, if I don't fuck the girl, then it's like, why aren't you wanting to fuck? And then the mom's going to be like, he don't want to fuck because I fucked him.
Right.
I don't think she would actually say that.
But it's an awkward thing, right? Because then, like, girls are vicious, right? Like, you're trying to spare this girl from having to taste her mom's vajayjay. But she might go around and tell everybody, like, oh, CJ's got some weak dick energy because he wouldn't fuck me or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
A good reputation is how I've fucked most girls in life.
There you go.
Back in high school, at least. And then you get out into the real world and no one knows who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
You got to prove yourself. All right, so I want to hear this story about you.
I don't want to tell that one.
All right, good. You done?
I'm done.
We're out of here.
Fuck you. We're out.
Bye. Love you. Thanks for... We got to say, though, we're done. We're done.